Hello students, in the previous class we have discussed the composition of bile, okay, and also the function of the bile. Today we will discuss our next associated gland or associated digestive gland, that is your pancreas. Okay, so first point, pancreas, it is soft, elongated and flattened digestive gland, or we can say it is soft, elongated and flattened gland. Okay, it is soft, elongated and simply flattened in structure. Okay, second point, where it is present, the pancreas is present in between the stomach region and the duodenum region. Okay, it is present in the between the stomach region. You know already, stomach, duodenum, we all have discussed all these portions, stomach and the duodenum. Okay. Third point, its location is in between the stomach and the duodenum. Third point, its length is around 15 cm and weighs around 60 gram. Length kete? How much is the length? 15 cm and weight is around 60 grams. So third point, its length is about 15 cm and weighs around 60 gram. Okay, that is why it is called the second largest gland or the second largest digestive gland. It is also called the second largest digestive gland. Okay. Acha, you remember which is the largest gland in our body? That is the liver, which weighs around 1.5 kg and the length was around 15 cm to 22 cm of liver, which is the largest gland of our body or the largest digestive gland. So in according way, the second largest digestive gland is your pancreas. Okay, whose length is around 15 cm and weighs around 60 gram. It is also known as the compound digestive gland, or it is also known as the compound gland, due to the presence of two portions or two parts. One is your endocrine part, other one is your exocrine part. It is also known as compound gland due to presence of endocrine part and exocrine part. Okay, what is endocrine and what is exocrine? In the first year you will be reading in details about the various glands, but I'll just say some portions or introduction portion, that the endocrine part means endocrine gland means the ductless gland, whereas the exocrine means the presence of duct. Duct means sira bhaliya, buji parle. Next, the endocrine part or the endocrine gland pours their secretion directly into the bloodstream. जहाँ भी से secrete करिबो directly pour करिबो into the bloodstream by the help without any duct, because there is no duct is present. Directly it will pour into the bloodstream. But the exocrine part means it will secrete and pour the secretion by the means of a duct. The exocrine part means presence of duct. Endocrine means ductless. So in the pancreas, which is a gland, it contains both ductless part and also duct part. So we can say it consists of both exocrine part and also endocrine part. That is why it is also known as the compound gland. Okay. So first point, it is soft, elongated and flattened in structure. It is present in between the stomach and the duodenum region. Okay. Next, its length is about 15 cm and weighs around 60 cm. 60 gram. Its length is around 15 cm and it weighs around 60 gram. And that is why it is also known as the second largest gland. Okay. The largest gland is your liver. Next. It is also known as the compound gland due to presence of endocrine part and the exocrine part. Please note down the points. Next we'll discuss what are the exocrine part and what is the endocrine part. So as we know, the pancreas consists of both exocrine part and the endocrine part. The exocrine part of pancreas secretes enzymes. Okay, enzymes means these are the catalysts which helps in speeding up the reaction or the various biochemical reaction. Speeding up means a reaction will take forward direction or will speed up by the help of a catalyst, that is your enzyme. Okay, and that enzyme is secreted by the exocrine part, whereas the endocrine part secretes hormones. What are the hormones? Hormones that triggers or stimulates various organs to perform their function, or it acts as a messenger to trigger anything or stimulate anything to perform their function. Means if suppose this is an organ, so a hormone will stimulate this organ to perform its function. So that is called the hormone, or it is act as a messenger which will trigger or stimulate to perform its function. Whereas an enzyme is a catalyst which speed up the reaction, or we can say which take forward the reaction. Okay. So enzymes are the catalyst which helps on in the speeding up or taking forward the various biochemical reaction or the biochemical reaction. Whereas the hormones are the messengers, or we can say messengers which helps or trigger or stimulate the various to perform various function. So the exocrine part secretes enzymes, whereas the endocrine part secretes the hormone. Okay. Next point. The endocrine part of pancreas consists of islets of Langerhans. The endocrine part of pancreas consists of islet of Langerhans. It is very important. Okay, what is present, which is the endocrine part of the pancreas? Then the answer will be your islet of Langerhans. And about 1 million islet of Langerhans is present inside the pancreas. About 1 million means around 10 lakh islet of Langerhans are present. Okay. Next, islet of Langerhans consist of 3 types of cells. Okay, alpha cell, beta cell and the delta cell. Islet of Langerhans The islet of Langerhans consists of 3 types of cell: alpha cell, beta cell and delta cell. Consist of 3 types of cells: alpha cell, beta cell and delta cell. Okay, so the exocrine part secretes enzymes, whereas the endocrine part secretes hormone. Enzymes are nothing but the catalyst which helps, enzymes are the catalyst which helps in the speeding up the reaction or taking in forward the reaction, various biochemical reaction, whereas the hormone act as a messenger which triggers or stimulates to perform various function. Whereas the endocrine part of the pancreas consists of islet of Langerhans, and about 1 million islet of Langerhans is present in the pancreas, and the islet of Langerhans consists of 3 types of cell: alpha cell, beta cell and the delta cell. Please note down. Now we will discuss in detail the various cells of the islet of Langerhans. First we will discuss the alpha cell. Okay, the alpha cell contributes around 15 to 20%. Okay, the alpha cell contributes about 15 to 20% of islets of Langerhans. Okay, next point, what is the main the first point is, what is the main contribution of the total islet of Langerhans of the alpha cell? That is around 15 to 20%. Okay, next, what it secretes? It secretes about it secretes glucagon. It secretes glucagon which converts glycogen to glucose. Okay, it secretes glucagon which converts glycogen to glucose. Means what? Glycogen is breakdown into glucose. Means we can say in the liver, what we have said, the process of conversion of the breakdown of the glycogen to glucose, glycogen will break down, means lysis, means glycogenolysis. Okay, it secretes glucagon which converts glycogen to glucose, which is known as the glycogenolysis. Okay. Next is your beta cell. The beta cell contributes around 65 to 90%. Beta cell contributes about 65 to 90% of islet of Langerhans. Okay. Next, it secretes insulin which convert glucose into glycogen, means glycogenesis. It secretes insulin which convert glucose to glycogen. Okay, and the deficiency of the insulin, as efficiency of the insulin causes diabetes mellitus. ये एरो मार्क देखि मु लिखि दउची, deficiency causes diabetes mellitus, which you all know this disease. Okay, so alpha cell contributes around 15 to 20% of the islet of Langerhans, whereas it secretes glucagon which converts glycogen to glucose, means glycogenolysis. Beta cell contributes about 65 to 90% of the islet of Langerhans. It secretes insulin. Okay, alpha cell secrete glucagon, whereas the beta cell secrete insulin, okay, which convert glucose to glycogen, means glycogenesis. As the glycogen is formed, glycogenesis. As the glycogen is breakdown, glycogenolysis. And as the beta cell secrete insulin which convert glucose into glycogen, if the deficiency of the insulin occurs, then it causes diabetes mellitus disease, okay, just note down. Next we will discuss the delta cell, okay. The delta cell, it contributes around 3 to 10% of the islet of Langerhans. It contributes about 3 to 10% of islets of Langerhans. Okay. Second point, what does it produce or secrete? It secretes somatostatin. It secretes somatostatin, which regulates the function of glucagon and insulin, okay. So the delta cell contributes around 3 to 10% of the islet of Langerhans, whereas it secretes somatostatin, and the function of the somatostatin is to regulate the function of the glucagon and the insulin, okay. So in the islet of Langerhans there are 3 types of cell: alpha cell, beta cell and delta cell. Alpha cell contributes around 15 to 20%, whereas the beta cell contributes around 65 to 90%, whereas the delta cell contributes around 3 to 10%. Alpha cell secretes glucagon, which convert glycogen to glucose, okay, which is known as the glycogenolysis, whereas the beta cell secretes insulin, which convert glucose into glycogen, which is known as the glycogenesis, whereas the delta cell secretes somatostatin, which regulates these two hormones such as the insulin and the glucagon, okay. And the deficiency of insulin causes a disease, a common disease as you all know is known as the diabetes mellitus, okay. Now come to the composition of the pancreas. Composition of pancreatic juice, okay. The composition of the pancreatic juice. The pancreas secretes a juice known as pancreatic juice, which the daily secretion of the pancreatic juice is around 1.5 liter or 1500 ml, or we can say per day. The daily secretion of the pancreatic juice is around 1500 ml per day. The daily secretion of pancreatic juice is around 1500 ml, okay, 1500 ml. It is strongly alkaline, or we can say highly alkaline, having pH about 8.4. It is strongly alkaline. Alkaline means above 7 is basic, below 7 is your acid. Strongly alkaline means obviously it will be above 7, so having pH 8.4, okay. The water content of the pancreatic juice is about 96%. The water content is about 96%. 6%. Remaining is your various various salts or the enzymes. Remaining is your various salts and enzymes. Okay. It consists of various inorganic components such as sodium, potassium, okay, bicarbonate, and also some amount of or negligible amount of zinc, phosphoric acid, sulfate, etc. Various organic components are sodium, potassium, okay, sodium, potassium, then the bicarbonate, or I will write the full form, okay, you will know better. Sodium, okay, potassium, now it is clear, bicarbonate, okay, and very negligible amount of, small amount of zinc, okay, phosphoric acid, etc. Okay. Sorry, it is the inorganic content. Sorry, this one is your inorganic components. The pancreatic juice consists of various inorganic components. Okay, please note down inorganic components such as sodium, potassium, bicarbonate, and also small amount of zinc, phosphoric acid, sulfate are also present. Whereas the organic component consists of various enzymes such as various enzymes such as trypsinogen, okay, chymotrypsinogen, okay, procarboxy peptidase, pancreatic amylase, pancreatic lipase, etc. Okay, etc. Okay, so the daily secretion of the pancreatic juice is around 1500 ml, whereas it is strongly alkaline. It is strongly alkaline, having around pH 8.4. Okay, the water content is about 96%, and the remainings are the inorganic salts or the enzymes. The inorganic components are the sodium, potassium, bicarbonate, and small amount of zinc, phosphoric acid, and also sulfate are present. Whereas the organic components are the various enzymes such as trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxy peptidase, pancreatic amylase, lipase, etc. Okay. So this is all about your composition of the pancreatic juice, which is secreted by the pancreas. So today we have discussed in detail about the pancreas, what is its structure. As it consists of both endocrine and exocrine part, we call it as the compound largest gland. It is the second largest gland. First one is your liver, second one is your pancreas. The endocrine part secretes the enzymes, whereas the exocrine part secretes hormone. Okay. Sorry, the exocrine part secretes the enzymes, whereas the endocrine part secretes the hormones. And the endocrine part is also known as your islet of Langerhans. Okay. In the islet of Langerhans consists of three types of cells. Okay, three types of cells such as alpha cell, beta cell, delta cell. Alpha cell secretes the glucagon, beta cell secretes insulin, and the delta cell secretes the somatostatin. Okay, and also we have discussed that in the alpha cell, the glucagon helps in conversion of the glycogen into glucose, whereas the beta cell helps in formation of the conversion of the glucose to glycogen, where the delta cell secretes somatostatin, which helps in regulating the function of the both. Okay. Next, always remember, exocrine part secretes the enzymes, okay, whereas the endocrine part secretes the hormones. And lastly, the composition, it daily secretes around 1500 ml, strongly alkaline, 8.4 pH, water content is around 96%, and the remaining is your salt and enzymes. Inorganic salts are sodium, potassium, bicarbonates, and the zinc phosphate, whereas the organic are your whereas the organic are your enzymes such as trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptides, pancreatic lipase, pancreatic amylase, etc. Okay. So this is all about today's class. In the next class, we'll discuss intestinal glands. So that's all for today. Thank you.